pregnant woman suffers complications and fights for her life and that of her unborn child. A young, expectant mother whose joy turns into a desperate battle for survival. This is the story of Laura, whose pregnancy journey takes an unexpected and dangerous turn, thrusting her into a fight not only for her life but for the life of her unborn child. Laura and her husband, Daniel, had always dreamed of starting a family. The day Laura discovered she was pregnant was one filled with overwhelming joy and excitement. They were sitting at their kitchen table, sipping morning coffee, when Laura decided to share the news. She handed Daniel a small, neatly wrapped box. Confused but intrigued, he opened it to find a tiny pair of baby shoes. Daniel looked up, his eyes widening with realization. "Are you?" He stammered, barely able to contain his excitement. Laura nodded, tears of happiness streaming down her face. "Yes, we're going to have a baby." They embraced, laughing and crying simultaneously, their hearts swelling with love and anticipation for the new life growing inside Laura. From that moment, their lives revolved around preparing for their baby's arrival. They painted the nursery in soft pastels, bought adorable baby clothes, and spent countless hours dreaming about their future as parents. Their friends and family shared in their joy, showering them with congratulations and baby gifts. Every ultrasound appointment was a milestone, each one bringing more excitement as they watched their baby grow. Laura and Daniel attended prenatal classes, eager to learn everything they could to be the best parents possible. Life seemed perfect. Laura glowed with the radiance of impending motherhood, and Daniel was her rock, supporting her every step of the way. They would spend evenings talking to the baby, feeling the tiny kicks and marveling at the miracle of life. Their love for each other deepened as they navigated this new journey together, ready to welcome their little one into the world. Everything seemed to be going perfectly for Laura and Daniel until one fateful day. Laura was about 7 months into her pregnancy when she began to feel unwell. At first, it was subtle, just a bit of dizziness and fatigue. But soon, it escalated into severe pain and nausea that couldn't be ignored. Alarmed, Daniel rushed her to the hospital. The doctors quickly ran tests and discovered that Laura was experiencing severe complications. Her blood pressure was dangerously high, and there were signs of preeclampsia, a serious condition that could threaten both her life and the baby's. The medical team sprang into action, admitting Laura to the ICU for immediate care. Laura and Daniel were devastated. The joy and excitement they had felt were now overshadowed by fear and uncertainty. They clung to each other, trying to stay positive, but the reality of the situation was overwhelming. Daniel felt helpless, watching the love of his life and their unborn child fight for survival. The next few days were a blur of constant monitoring, medications, and difficult decisions. The doctors explained that they might need to deliver the baby early to save both Laura and the child. It was a heart-wrenching possibility, one that came with its own set of risks and challenges. Laura, already exhausted and in pain, tried to stay strong for her baby. She fought through the fear, holding on to the hope that everything would be okay. The hospital room became a place of intense emotion. Nurses and doctors moved quickly and efficiently, their faces a mix of determination and concern. Laura's family and friends visited often, offering prayers and words of encouragement. Daniel never left her side, his presence a constant source of comfort and strength. One evening, Laura's condition took a turn for the worse. Her vision blurred, and she felt an intense pressure in her head. The medical team decided it was time to act. They prepared Laura for an emergency C-section, explaining the procedure to her and Daniel. It was their best chance to save both lives. As Laura was wheeled into the operating room, she squeezed Daniel's hand tightly. "I love you," as she whispered, tears in her eyes. "I love you too," he replied, his voice steady despite his fear. "You're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay." In the operating room, the atmosphere was tense but focused. The medical team worked with precision, their every move aimed at ensuring the safety of Laura and the baby. Daniel waited outside, his heart pounding with anxiety and hope. The minutes felt like hours as he prayed for a miracle. Finally, the sound of a baby's cry pierced the air. It was the most beautiful sound Daniel had ever heard. A nurse came out, a small, bundled baby in her arms. Congratulations, Dad," as she said with a warm smile. You have a healthy baby boy." Tears of relief and joy streamed down Daniel's face as he held his son for the first time. But his thoughts quickly returned to Laura. She was still in surgery, and the doctors were working tirelessly to stabilize her. After what felt like an eternity, the doctor emerged, his expression one of cautious optimism. "Laura is stable," he said. "She made it through the surgery, but she's going to need time to recover." Daniel nodded, his heart swelling with gratitude. Thank you," he said, his voice choked with emotion. Thank you for saving them both." The battle for survival was not over, but they had won the first and most crucial fight. Laura and her baby were alive, and that was all that mattered. The road ahead would be challenging, but with their love and the support of their family and medical team, they knew they could overcome anything. With Laura now in recovery and their newborn son safely in the neonatal intensive care unit, Daniel felt a mixture of relief and overwhelming uncertainty. The next few weeks would be critical, and the weight of the unknown pressed heavily on his shoulders. Every day brought new challenges, decisions, and emotional struggles that tested their strength as a family. Laura's body was fragile, and her recovery was slow. She faced immense physical pain and emotional exhaustion. The complications had taken a toll, and her once bright spirit now flickered with vulnerability. Despite this, she remained determined to regain her strength for her son. Every moment she could, she visited him in the NICU, her heart swelling with love and hope each time she saw his tiny, fragile form. Daniel, too, was struggling. He felt pulled in 1,000 directions, supporting Laura through her recovery, bonding with their premature baby, and managing the practicalities of daily life. He tried to stay strong for his family, but there were moments when the stress and fear threatened to overwhelm him. Late at night, when the hospital was quiet, he would sit by Laura's bedside, holding her hand and silently praying for strength. One particularly difficult day, Laura's condition took a sudden turn. Her blood pressure spiked, and the medical team rushed to stabilize her. Daniel watched helplessly, his heart breaking at the sight of his wife in pain. As the doctors worked, he was faced with a terrifying question: what if she didn't make it? Torn between fear and hope, Daniel sought comfort in the words of the medical team. They assured him they were doing everything possible, but the uncertainty was unbearable. He found himself grappling with difficult decisions, weighing the risks and benefits of each treatment option. He consulted with specialists, asking countless questions, desperate to make the best choices for Laura and their baby. Amid these struggles, there were moments of light and connection. Laura and Daniel found solace in each other's presence, drawing strength from their love. They talked about their dreams for their son, imagining a future filled with joy and laughter. These conversations became a lifeline, a way to stay focused on the positive amid the chaos. The support from their friends and family was also a beacon of hope. They rallied around Laura and Daniel, offering help in any way they could. Meals were delivered, errands were run, and messages of love and encouragement poured in. This network of support became a crucial part of their journey, reminding them they were not alone. As the days turned into weeks, Laura began to show signs of improvement. Her strength slowly returned, and she was able to spend more time with her baby. Each milestone, no matter how small, was celebrated with tears of joy. Daniel's heart swelled with pride and relief as he watched his wife's resilience and their son's progress. But the emotional struggles were far from over. Both Laura and Daniel had to confront their fears and anxieties, learning to navigate the complexities of their new reality. They attended counseling sessions, finding ways to cope with the trauma they had endured. They leaned on each other, their bond growing stronger through shared vulnerability. One evening, as the sun set over the hospital, Laura and Daniel sat together in the NICU, their baby sleeping peacefully in his incubator. Laura turned to Daniel, her eyes filled with determination.
We've come so far," as she said softly.
"I know we have a long road ahead, but I believe we can do this. We have to keep fighting for him and for us." Daniel nodded, his heart filled with love and admiration for his wife.
We will," he promised.
We'll get through this together, no matter what." Facing the unknown had brought them to the brink, but it had also revealed their incredible strength and resilience. Laura and Daniel were more than just survivors. They were warriors, fighting for their family's future with every ounce of their being. And in the midst of their struggles, they discovered the true meaning of love, courage, and hope. Throughout Laura's battle for recovery and her baby's fragile early days, one constant source of strength and hope was the incredible medical staff. These doctors, nurses, and specialists were more than just professionals. They were angels, tirelessly working to save lives and bring comfort to Laura, Daniel, and their baby. From the moment Laura was admitted, the medical team sprang into action with unwavering dedication. Dr. Reynolds, the lead obstetrician, was a seasoned expert known for his calm demeanor and relentless pursuit of excellence. He led the team with precision, making swift decisions and explaining every step of the process to Laura and Daniel with compassion and clarity. Nurse Emily quickly became a beacon of hope for the family. With her warm smile and gentle touch, she provided comfort during the most challenging moments. She spent countless hours by Laura's side, monitoring her condition, administering medication, and offering words of encouragement. Her presence was a soothing balm for both Laura and Daniel, who relied on her strength and kindness. In the NICU, Dr. Patel, the neonatologist, was a lifeline for their baby. He approached each day with unwavering optimism, using his expertise to guide the baby's treatment and ensure every possible measure was taken to promote growth and health. Dr. Patel's dedication was evident in his meticulous attention to detail and his willingness to explain complex medical terms in a way that Daniel and Laura could understand. Then there was Nurse Karen, a NICU nurse with a heart of gold. She cared for their baby as if he were her own, tending to his every need with love and compassion. She celebrated each small victory, a steady heartbeat, a strong breath, with genuine joy, and her positive energy uplifted everyone around her. The medical staff worked seamlessly together, their coordination and teamwork a testament to their shared commitment to saving lives. They held regular meetings to discuss Laura and the baby's progress, adjusting treatments and strategies as needed. Their dedication went beyond medical expertise. It was their empathy and humanity that truly made a difference. One night, as Laura faced another difficult setback, the team rallied together, working through the night to stabilize her. Dr. Reynolds stayed by her side, his calm voice guiding her through the pain. Nurse Emily never left her post, her reassuring presence a constant source of comfort. The entire team worked in unison, their determination unwavering. In those critical moments, Daniel realized the depth of their commitment. He saw the exhaustion in their eyes, the strain of long hours and emotional tolls, but also the unwavering dedication that drove them to keep fighting. He was profoundly grateful for their relentless effort, knowing that Laura and their baby were in the best possible hands. As Laura's condition began to improve, the medical staff continued to provide exceptional care. They celebrated each milestone with the family, sharing in their joy and relief. Their dedication and hard work had made all the difference, and Laura and Daniel felt an immense sense of gratitude toward these angels and scrubs. When Laura was finally well enough to hold her baby for the first time, it was a moment filled with tears and overwhelming emotion. The medical staff watched with smiles and applause, their hearts full of joy for the family they had fought so hard to help. The journey was far from over, but with the support of this incredible team, Laura and Daniel felt a renewed sense of hope and strength. The medical staff had not only saved their lives but had also touched their hearts in profound ways. They had shown that in the face of adversity, compassion and dedication could make all the difference. Laura and Daniel would forever be grateful for the angels who had guided them through the darkest days, their kindness and expertise leaving an indelible mark on their hearts. The story of their journey was not just one of survival, but of the extraordinary power of human connection and the unwavering dedication of those who care for others. The months of struggle, fear, and determination culminated in a moment that would forever change Laura and Daniel's lives. After countless hurdles and sleepless nights, the day had finally arrived for the birth of their baby. The air was thick with anticipation, a blend of anxiety and hope that filled the hospital room. Laura lay in the delivery room, her hand tightly gripping Daniel's. Despite the pain and exhaustion, her eyes shone with a fierce determination. Daniel was by her side, his presence a pillar of support. They had come so far together, and this moment was a testament to their strength and resilience. The medical team, their trusted angels, surrounded them with expertise and compassion. Dr. Reynolds, Nurse Emily, and the entire staff were ready, their focus unwavering. The room buzzed with activity, but there was a calmness, a sense of purpose that reassured Laura and Daniel that they were in good hands. With every contraction, Laura pushed through the pain, her mind focused on the tiny life that was about to enter the world. Daniel whispered words of encouragement, his voice steady and soothing.
You can do this, Laura. We're so close.
Our baby is almost here. After what felt like an eternity, a powerful primal cry filled the room. It was the sound of life, raw and beautiful. Tears streamed down Laura's face as she heard her baby's first cries. Daniel's heart swelled with a mixture of relief and overwhelming joy. They had made it. Dr. Reynolds gently placed the newborn on Laura's chest. Congratulations, he said, his voice filled with warmth. You have a healthy baby girl. Laura and Daniel gazed at their daughter, their hearts overflowing with love and wonder. She was perfect, a miracle of life that had come through immense struggle and determination. Laura's fingers trembled as she touched her baby's tiny hand, her heart bursting with a love so profound it brought her to tears. She's beautiful, Daniel whispered, his voice choked with emotion. Just like her mother. The room was filled with a sense of triumph and renewal. The months of fear and uncertainty had led to this miraculous moment. The medical team watched with smiles, their hearts full of joy for the family they had come to care for deeply. As Laura cradled her daughter, she felt a sense of peace and fulfillment. The journey had been arduous, but it had also brought her closer to Daniel, to the medical team, and to a profound understanding of her own strength. She looked up at Daniel, their eyes meeting in a shared moment of gratitude and love. We did it, as she said softly, her voice filled with wonder. We really did it. Daniel leaned down, kissing her forehead gently.
Yes, we did.
And she's perfect. You're both perfect. The days that followed were filled with moments of bonding and joy. Laura and Daniel marveled at their daughter's every movement, her tiny fingers and toes, the way she yawned and stretched. Each moment was a precious reminder of the miracle they had witnessed. The medical staff continued to support them, ensuring that both Laura and the baby were healthy and thriving. Nurse Emily often visited, her heart warmed by the sight of the happy family. Dr. Reynolds checked in regularly, his eyes reflecting the satisfaction of a job well done. Laura's recovery was steady, and each day brought new strength. The love and support from Daniel and the medical team were instrumental in her healing. She felt renewed, not just physically but emotionally, her spirit lifted by the miracle of her daughter's birth. As they prepared to leave the hospital, the staff gathered to bid them farewell. It was a moment of celebration, a testament to the power of hope, love, and the incredible resilience of the human spirit. Back home, Laura and Daniel settled into their new life as parents. The house was filled with the sounds of laughter and the sweet cries of their baby girl. They were a family, united by the journey they had undertaken and the miracle of life they had welcomed into their world. Laura often reflected on the journey, the challenges, and the triumphs. She felt a profound sense of gratitude for the medical team, for Daniel, and for the strength she had found within herself. The story of their journey was one of love, resilience, and the unbreakable bond of family. In the end, the miracle of life had brought not just a baby into the world but a renewed sense of purpose and joy for Laura and Daniel. Their hearts were full, their spirits unbreakable, and their family finally complete.